Hey guys, thank you guys for coming. This is another episode of the We Create podcast. I'm here with one of my closest friends, China Kelly.
Thank you so much, Devon, for having me.
Yes,
Super honored and excited.
yes, thank you for coming. Today we'll be kind of talking a lot about like what does relationships look like being a creative in LA, and seeing as you just got to LA, I want some of your fresh LA experiences, please.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so if you guys don't already know, I am from the islands of Hawaii, and moving to Los Angeles has been honestly like an amazing journey. And when it comes to relationships specifically, I think I've been learning a lot about just the difference of dating in Los Angeles compared to Hawaii. I feel like the culture in Hawaii is, like find your love, have children,
Oh,
marriage, and um, we tend to find that early on there, or that's like a not like a goal, but it's something that naturally happens there. I feel like so moving to Los Angeles, I feel what I've noticed is just people aren't on that time. In my own perspective, what I've seen,
yeah,
it's
I can't disagree. You feel
yeah,
me? Yeah, yeah. Look at you.
yeah. It's been interesting seeing. I feel like a lot of people here are just really focused on their goals and their passions and making money and hustling, which I respect. I love that. It's inspired me to be more on that time too. I think overall though, I've had a lot of learning lessons when it comes to relationships and dating, but it's prepared me and made me into the young woman I am today.
Oh,
But what about you? How's it been like being from LA and dating
Jesus.
here?
Um, I think it varies depending on what type of time I'm on. Cause as a recovering young wild nigga, as a recovering young wild nigga, you feel me? Growing up, I avoided the wifey types and was just preferred the streety types. And growing up, and when I say growing up until like probably my mid 20s, like early late 20s. So now me trying to like learn what it's like to truly, have a normal relationship's a little different, just because I've been in the faster lane of life for such a long time. So in LA, you get exposed to the fast life pretty fast if you're looking for it. So now we're just trying to switch it up, be grown folks, you know.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And I feel like being here has taught me a lot about like my own toxic traits
Mm.
and the toxic traits in others. And now it's like, okay, I wanna get better as
Yeah.
a person.
If you don't mind me asking, and we can cut this if you mind. What's like the key toxic trait?
The key toxic trait of
Yeah,
myself.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah. What's like the go-to? What's the go-to? I'll say
Uh,
mine. I don't mind.
oh, you first, you first.
Oh man, how can I say? My toxic trait is like it's like it's weird because it's good in some situations and fucking terrible in other ones. I have I have a way with words, and
Mhm.
it's a very beautiful thing when everything's good. I mean, fuck it. It's a very beautiful thing when like everything's good, but when everything bad, oh man, I'll be saying some crazy shit. I'll be saying some crazy
Okay.
shit.
I could relate
Yeah,
to that. I can
yeah.
relate to that. Um, I think, yeah, I think mine too. That's
Yeah,
honestly like
yeah.
a, like not, I wouldn't say like potty mouth, but when things are
Mhm,
bad,
mhm,
it's like I used to have no filter.
mhm.
Now I'm working on like, okay, it's not, that's not worth my time or energy
Yeah,
to even say those things. Like,
yeah, for sure.
just cut you off.
Just cut them off. Yeah, I think what's my other one? Probably like that. I used to. You feel me? Now we are single, young. You feel me? But I used to juggle a lot of different women,
Ah.
like like crazy. Like in hindsight, like my friend, one of my closest friends is a dude named Don Diestro, and he's a big, faithful man. Been in a very committed relationship for a very long time. So the contrast between our lives is fucking crazy because
Yeah.
a nigga like me, oh my god, like it used to be like 2018, like so mind you, 2018. That's when I took a little I took like a year celibacy break, in
Nice.
28 from 2018 to
We love
2019.
that. We love that.
But that was probably like the last time I could genuinely say like, okay, yeah, bro, you was a little tripping. But yeah, I was like, it was like 3 to 7, 8 women at all times. Like,
And was this like
yeah,
seriously dating them or just like messing around?
messing around, but like
Leading them
me.
on?
No, I don't
Okay,
do that. Yeah, no, I don't
okay.
do that. Like everybody, I don't know. I attract women who know what it is. So it's like there's no point in playing a game with somebody when you're on the same page. You
Right.
know. So it just yeah, maybe like 5 to 10. I'm bump it to 5 to 10. Just
Ooh, specific
yeah,
specifics.
just in case, cause you feel me. I don't want to leave anybody out here. But but yeah, now you feel me. I try to be like a one woman man. I try. You feel
No,
me?
yeah, and
Yeah.
I know like
Yeah.
we talk about this often
Mm-hmm.
and how much you're changing in
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
dating styles and how you're focusing more into like the long term
Mm-hmm.
type of woman and relationships
Yeah.
now instead of just like, messing around
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know, playing games, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause I just turned 26 and I noticed like the people who didn't stop in their late 20s.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So like you start seeing that you still have the same you're 30, 31, and you still
Yeah.
have the same tendencies as a 21-year-old. You just got
Mhm.
a little bit smarter to the game, but you still doing the same shit like
It's unattractive.
unattractive.
Yeah.
Like you feel me? Like I'm a grown man. I be raising kids, dropping kids off to school and
Right.
shit like that. So it's like how the hell I'm gonna teach my little niggas to do better, and I'm still out here acting like 21-year-old me. You
Mhm.
feel me? So I'm trying. It's hard. It's hard because when you're a young wild nigga in the game for so long, my pops was a young wild nigga. Everybody's
Right,
a young
right,
wild
right.
nigga. So.
I think like family plays a big part in our dating styles too because different people in my family as well. I haven't had really great role models if I'm being quite honest when it comes to dating and when it comes to relationships, and although a lot of people I know are in long lasting relationships, maybe 5+ years, I've just seen them both put up with a lot of things that it's like, okay, I'm learning like, okay, love, you got to be committed and you got to like stick it out and fight for the love, fight for the one you love, but at what cost and what is like the lines, like
Yeah,
it's like
for
and
sure.
then we see a lot of stuff in the media too with celebrities that are like programming us and the youth, and it's
Mm-hmm.
like, dang, like are all relationships like that? Like, do I gotta do that? I have to put up with
Yeah.
that too? Like,
Uh-huh.
it gets like a little spooky for someone like me who has like, I'd say, a genuine heart and
Yeah, I agree.
trust
Yeah.
issues, and oh, it's scary. It makes me scared
Yeah.
sometimes of like love.
Yeah, it's tough because I agree. Part of the reason I started being a young wild nigga is seeing so many like broken relationships as a kid. So you see so many people who like should have broken up. Like, like just
Yeah.
like,
Why?
like
Like,
why you
why?
leave?
And I get it, like, okay, they
Yeah,
had the
the kids is
house.
grown. Like, it's like, bro, the kids be grown as hell. Like, so you
Right.
ain't got the kids excuse no more. Like, bro,
So then I
yeah,
asked, like, is it like settling? Is it like,
yeah. Most people, I feel like, are truly scared. They're really scared of like what happens if they're left alone. But even partly, that's what I even realized. Like going out in these streets and having a whole period, like
right,
a lot of that is just like you don't want to be alone.
right,
Like you just like you're scared or whatever, insecure. Some of it is like I just genuinely want to like
experience
yeah
and just like, okay,
yeah
let's
let me
experience it
just
now before we get into
get
that.
into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so some of it's that, some of it's the loneliness, but a lot of people in relationships, I feel like it's the
Scratch the
loneliness.
next.
You feel me? It's the loneliness. Like come on, like y'all ain't been happy since the '90s. Like you feel me?
Since
Like
the night before I was born.
yeah, like I was born and y'all was arguing. Y'all argue when
Oh
a
God.
nigga was born.
Right,
Like,
right.
and so I feel you. I feel you. It's a very scary thing to settle down. Have you ever had a person and you were just like, this is the person I'm prepared to settle down with? Like truly, like
Yeah, I feel like every time I get into like a serious relationship, which is not many times, let me clarify that, very rarely, but I think it's natural for people to be like, okay, I I want to see myself with this person long term. I want to settle down with them. But, after the honeymoon phase,
Yeah.
you see who they are,
Hmm.
and you know people around my age and even older, like I don't want to blame like people in their 20s, because
Yeah,
I've
you
seen
can't.
people even
You can't.
older
Yeah.
that are still on some like
Yeah.
toxic stuff, and that's why I'm so adamant now to really like learn myself and heal myself and know my toxic traits so I can see them in others,
Yeah.
and that way I won't attract like the same type of people.
Hmm. And you're handling people every situation you've ever told me about. You handle it better and better and better and better.
Yes, thank
Yeah,
you.
like
I
every single one.
whew.
Yeah.
And I think that comes from me being like, okay, like if you don't do it better this time, or if you continue that cycle again with this person or with the same person, it's like you're dumb.
Yeah.
Like
Every
I
day.
don't like it's like you aren't learning, like,
Hmm.
and I refuse to be dumb, like.
See, I think that's my problem. Is I keep making new mistakes with different people.
Hmm.
Like I don't
But
know
I
if
think
that's a
that's
good
normal
thing.
though, like
Yeah.
I make mistakes too,
Yeah. I be making.
but each mistake I'm like, okay, okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay.
So
Can't be
yeah.
making no mistakes the next
Yeah. Pray
one.
I'm not doing that one again.
I might make a different
I
mistake,
might make a different one.
but
Let me do a fresh one. We ain't never did this one before. You know.
but I think that also goes along with every relationship, even if we find our true loves, like it's like it will never be 100% smooth
Yeah.
sailing,
100%.
and
Yeah.
that's something I have to accept.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like
No
every
one's
relationship
perfect.
has its ups and downs, but it's just a lot of what you're willing to accept versus like your own self-respect. Because a lot of people they're willing to accept less and versus what they deserve.
Right.
And yeah, that's just something I've realized. Also, people who kind of don't even think to challenge your self respect. That's something I realized. Like a lot of people, like a lot of my like friends who've been like healthier relationships,
Hmm.
like some of the shit I've told them that I've had like I won't say girls have just done to me like woe is me like I'm such a perfect nigga like either girls have done to me or some shit I've said to girls or some shit like that like they're like they can't even fathom like somebody doing or saying those things and I'm starting to realize that like a lot of people with toxic traits like everybody has toxic traits
Right,
but
right.
like a lot of people who are used to toxicity and stuff like that we allow a whole different world of like not disrespect, but like a lot different world of things that like people a lot of that usually stay in healthy relationships don't even know what the fuck we talking about.
Right.
And so for me, it's like trying to find that, trying to find like someone who wouldn't even like fathom to call me like,
Out your name or
yeah,
disrespect
for
you.
sure.
I
Oh man,
think
oh my name, I've been called.
right,
Yeah,
same. It's very unfortunate.
yeah, for sure.
Um, Shout out to those people though. I hope y'all are growing and don't do that
I
to
don't.
anyone else.
Fuck y'all. Well, for her, like all the girls who ever called me out your name, you living good. I pray for it. But every nigga who's called her out her name, I hope you die.
No, yeah.
And kick it.
I'm very I can be very vengeful and spiteful sometimes, and that's something I'm working on, but for the most part it works in my favor because it motivates me to like do better, to become better, to look better, and whatever that means. If that's like shallow to people, I do not care,
Yeah, fuck it.
because we are leveling up
For sure.
every aspects of our life. But I would love to have a partner one day, or not even have a partner one day, like all the partners moving forward, to
Yeah,
just like not even go there with me,
for sure.
like
That's what I mean. Yeah. Like, why you
why,
trying this? What
yeah,
the fuck you gain from this?
because then it's like then it triggers us, and then it
Yeah.
makes us want to, and it's
Yeah.
just like sometimes you just gotta be like, no, like,
Yeah.
whew, you're not getting that reaction out of me.
Yeah.
You don't deserve that. It's like they're projecting. Like 99% of the time, they're projecting.
For sure, because a lot of times, like, people are just replicating what they see in their insecurities. So it's like you projecting your insecurities and you're projecting your parents' relationships. You're projecting a whole lot of shit ain't got shit to do with me, you know. And that's when I started to realize that. That's when I started to give myself a break, you know, a little bit more of a break, cause, you know, and one thing in dealing with the lifestyle that I chose as a young nigga is like everybody probably comes from something a little broken, and so I'm fighting girls, fucking the demons of girls' dads and shit
Right,
like that.
right,
You feel me?
right.
Girl, I ain't even did that.
Right.
Why you blowing up my phone, doing all this other stuff, and like, I text back every single time. Like, it's
Right.
like you just, I've had girls like where I'll be like, we'll have, cause like me, I'm like, I don't really like liars. Like it is like a burning hole in my heart. Like people who like make up, cause everybody fucking lies. You know,
Right,
I'd be
right,
lying.
right.
But like people who like that is your like way of dealing with people. That's a
Mm.
little different.
Mhm.
Like your safety net is off a
Mhm.
lot, right? My safety net is not that. Like mine is like I'm gonna tell the truth, and I'm like most likely for me, I realize is if I tell the truth, like I can deal with like it's a larger like a smaller domino, you know, like if I tell the truth, like we gonna have this little argument, you gonna be mad at me for a second, but you're gonna be like, all right, at least bro, a real nigga, whatever. But if I lie and I get caught, cause I have a terrible memory, I have
Right.
a terrible fucking memory. All of my homies act as like fucking journals to my life because I forget shit. So I can't even really lie. I be forgetting shit. So it's like, why would I put myself in that position? So I tell the truth. So because I tell the truth, like sometimes when girls be like one girl specifically, she would always like treat me like I was lying because every nigga had lied to her.
Yeah.
So like even when I would tell her straight up, like my thing is like, oh, you think I'm lying? I'm like, oh, you think I'm lying? I'm with a bitch. Like I'm gonna FaceTime you. Like, please.
Right. That's
Well,
nice. That's nice of you.
I am in the studio. Like this is Donovan. Like I'm
Right.
sorry to throw your government name out there. Like, this is like this nigga 6'4". Like he's definitely not a woman. And like, you know, so it's like I've always been keen on honesty. So like I realize like when girls will think I'm lying a lot of times, oh, you're just used to a nigga lying to you.
Mhm. It's like projecting. Like,
Yeah, that ain't got shit
okay.
to do with me. You feel me? Like, and so, and after like a while, you know, I started realizing that okay, how to deal with certain people when they have certain triggers. If I want to deal with certain people with
Right.
certain triggers,
Right.
you know, because
If they're worth it to
if
you, and
they're
it's like,
worth it,
okay, like
yeah,
I like her a lot. Like, let
yeah,
me try to figure
we
this
can like
out.
work this out,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah. Also, like, well, I don't know if I want to say this. I feel like the gauze.
The world.
It's now okay. Now I'm gonna let you go. I'm about to say something that's about to give me cancer.
So
Yeah.
another thing on this topic, though, I've noticed that, like you said, something about, for example, if a girl thinks you're lying, you feel as if, okay, she's been lied a lot to.
Yep.
She's been lied to a lot. But one thing I will say is that when it comes to projecting, I notice like a lot of people might think you're lying because they're lying. So it's like,
Mm,
no, no, no. Like, baby, I'm not cheating on you. I'm not doing this. But are you doing that? Like, why are you so worried? 9 times out of 10, they're the ones doing
yeah.
it.
Oh my God. I'm not about to.
Woo.
Oh. You are preaching to the yes. If I didn't have these big steppers on and you wasn't on the third floor, I'd be stomping up and down because you preaching to
Right.
the motherfucking choir.
Because I've been through that a lot
Yeah.
where I would learn way after the fact, like after we broke up or whatever or stopped talking, that like, oh, they were on
Yeah.
that
The
like
niggas be lying.
shisty.
Yeah, niggas are professional liars. I won't say professional, like, because they're not very good at it. Red pill, blue pill, Twitter about to call me a simp. Get up, get off. What's y'all call people simps and all this and whatever else. You know, I hit more holes than y'all ever will. Like,
By the way, I feel like the term simp is just so
losers,
negative.
losers.
Okay, wait. So what is a
Big
simp
losers.
to you? Because a simp to me might not be what a simp is to you.
So, what's a simp to me versus the internet? For me, like, a simp is like someone in a fucked up situation, like doing too much over that girl.
Okay.
Like, oh, bro, you going outside. Like,
Okay, okay.
that's for me. Like, and it's like, all right, my nigga, you really is going outside. But like, if you fucking love your girl, if your girl's a good girl and you love your woman, and you treat her nice, like y'all niggas must have not loved your mamas. Cause like if a nigga
Thank
didn't
you.
treat my mama
Thank
nice, like
you.
I would catch all of their fades. I don't care if you fucking in a geriatric home. So like, do you are women not supposed to, are good women like the ones for the streets? Hmm,
Right.
that's whatever. But are good women not supposed to be treated nice? Like, do you like? Cause me like I've realized and this. Well, fuck it. I'll say. Let me take another sip before I start saying nigga names. But yeah, I realized I be watching like Fresh and Fit and all them niggas and whatever. But I think them niggas gay. I'm gonna say that because there's a level of disrespect to women and a level of only admiration and respect to men that seems a little like you feel me. And there's nothing wrong with that, but don't take don't take that out on women. You feel me? Like, cause if the only people in life you can respect is a man, only people you can show love to is a man, and you want to call a nigga a simp because like I don't disrespect women because I've been getting them all of my life. Like bro, my first kiss was in pre-K. Like I was making out in second grade, bro. Like why would I don't have the same problems as you internet niggas. So I not because my first kiss was in pre-K, but I respect women partly because me and women have always had an amazing relationship. Women have saved my life, whatever.
You have an amazing mom.
Having a bro,
Like,
my mom was
period.
top tier. Like, my mom held it down in so many amazing ways, supported all of my dreams. So why would I disrespect a woman? So when y'all be on y'all podcast with these little fucking mics disrespecting women, it just seems like you only romanticize your relationship with your niggas.
Yeah, that it's crazy because I don't even give those podcasts. I've never heard of those people.
Thank you.
No shade to them.
Yeah.
For not trying to be disrespectful, but
Yeah, thank
Nipsey, he said that one quote. I don't quote me on this because I know it's
you.
not exactly what he said, but it's something like, don't even give attention to these clowns or
Oh
something
yeah,
like that.
yeah. No,
You
you
know what
said
I'm
that
talking about?
right after he had the whole situation. DJ Academic.
So I like to this day I don't
Yeah.
want to be watching. No, like why am I? No, I don't give attention to any of those shenanigans that men or even women be talking
Yeah.
about when it comes to just like nonsense.
See, but women with podcasts be a little less aggressive. Like women on Twitter, y'all be
Yeah.
going up on niggas. But like women, like on podcasts, like y'all just be talking about y'all actual relationships with like niggas. So it's like I can't be mad like if you're mad at dudes and dudes dogged you. Like dudes, y'all be mad at like women that have never talked to you. So how can you
Yeah.
be mad at scenarios that have never existed in your life?
It's giving incel. You know what an incel is?
Yes.
It's giving incel. And
Yes.
incel, this is not the exact definition, but it's just basically like a man who like hates women
Hmm.
because they
I got
don't
you.
feel like they
It's involuntary celibate. I just learned that.
involuntary celibate.
Yeah, involuntary celibate.
Okay,
That mean
involuntary.
that means
They're not trying to be celibate, but
they're not celibate by choice. Women
ah,
don't like
no.
you.
And it scares me. It worries me
Yeah.
because I went through this phase on YouTube where I was like looking up different crimes about like incels.
Yeah.
It's like a real thing where like
For sure.
men murder women
sure.
because like they go on murder sprees because they feel as if
Yeah.
no woman gives them attention, no woman likes them, and it's just like, bro, like one, you have like mental
sure.
issues for sure. If you go out and harm somebody, that's just
Sounds
beyond me. And then on top of that, it's like maybe they were never taught by a man or even by a woman on just be yourself,
Yeah.
chill. Like it's not
Yeah,
that
for
deep.
sure.
I mean, I know there's this one story, I forget his name, but he was in college. He had like rich parents. One, his dad was like a director in Hollywood. Like he was a rich kid. He went to like a really rich school. I think it was in California if I'm not mistaken. And he went on a killing spree with like a gun, killing like a bunch of women because none of the girls in his class would talk to him. He would try to hit up on women and not talk to them, and it's just like, dang, like if only they knew, like that's just a phase in a sense. Like it's okay, not everybody's gonna like you. You gotta like
So I have
I don't know.
I have tips for y'all, right? So first off, this is okay. This is gonna be, I guess, now episode of Pastel Poppy's Pimpin Academy. I've been meaning to have this. The biggest problem with y'all is y'all go after women that wouldn't like you, right? And I say that because they like a different type of dude, right? If you're a nerdy dude, right? You never got women. You're not a fly dude. You're not this. You're not that. Why are you going after women that want that? Bro, go to the fucking library. If you're a nerdy dude who only loves anime and your profile pictures are anime, nigga, go clean up at Comic Con. Go to anime convention and be the flyest nerdy nigga there. Like you all worry about competing with dudes in clubs and all this and stuff like that. That's not your type of girl. So no wonder she don't mess with you, right? There's so many. I've crazy enough when I first started like really dating,
Yeah.
it was in my AP classes,
Hmm.
right? Because like the girls I was sleeping with, right, was like wow. So I was like, I was like,
Hmm.
I don't want to date none of y'all. So like, I'm gonna date the smart girls. So like,
Okay.
I was dating like girls strictly out of my AP classes, all of high school, right?
Nice.
Amazing, right? Y'all don't think they like nerdy niggas? We were in the same AP class. It's like, find women who have the same interests as you, not that just look good. Like, find the baddest girl who likes technology. Find the baddest girl who it's like, bro, who likes anime. Like, so y'all just playing the game wrong because your daddy's was a bitch.
Oh, oh, I didn't say it. He said
And
it.
that's a problem because like a lot of dudes get passed down the wrong game, and a lot of these internet things
Yeah.
pass down the wrong game, and so they
Yeah.
have dudes looking at women who would never like them because you're not their type of dude. I'm a one, not a 6 foot dude, 6 foot dude. Two, like I don't got dough like that, skinny as shit,
Yeah. Ha.
and I've never had a problem. Why? Because I looked at the girls who looked at the athletes and said, "No, that's not my type of woman."
Right.
Like,
Right.
it's like,
And I think that just comes with like self-awareness
yeah, for
and
sure.
just being observant. And I think I wouldn't say it's a mind game, but I've seen this with women
Yeah,
too, where it's kind of like
yeah,
if someone doesn't want them, when it comes to man or woman, they want them more.
yeah.
And
Right.
it has to be like a certain like realization where it's like, okay, like that's not for me. Like
Not for
stop
me. Yeah.
stalking, stop harassing, just stop.
Leave that
Leave
person
that
alone.
person, they're not for you.
Yeah, for sure. And that's people's problems. They once again, like their self awareness, like how you said, is off. And the more people can just be aware of where they're at in life, what their tendencies are, and what's for them. And I think that's a societal problem to where like we all just talk like, oh, I need a bad one, or oh, I need a fly dude, or I need to do it with money, or I need
It's the
to do with
media. It's the
that.
media.
I
I
need
swear
an
it's the
NBA
media.
player. In facts, I need an NBA. Need an NBA player. I need a baller. All right, girls. I've been on niggas' head for like 5 minutes. So like, girls, like if you're a girl who plans on living a regular life, wants regular amounts of like attention, wants a home, wants to be a mom without like pressures of like the media and worrying about your nigga cheating on with millions of girls and blah 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 blah. Don't go after the NBA player.
Right, right, right. And I
Yeah.
feel like
Don't
it's
go after the
like
rapper.
we look at these celebrities and we fantasize
Yeah.
about them. We're infatuated with their
Yeah.
relationships, and I see people. I wouldn't say we're because I'm not in that group of
Yeah. At
people,
all.
but other people are like goals or I want this, I want a Birkin, I want a freaking this and that, and it's just like you don't even know like the struggles that those people go through. You don't even know those people. You don't know what they go through on a daily basis, especially with ballers.
For sure.
It's just not realistic and conducive to a healthy relationship sometimes. Of course, we see a lot of ballers who are married and in long-term
Yeah.
relationships, but even then you don't know
You
what
don't
happens behind
know.
the
Yeah,
scenes.
for sure.
We're just looking at what's in front of us, and even then it's just like, okay, like there's so much pressure even on us, me as a woman, like
Mm.
especially in Los Angeles. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, if I'm not with this type of guy, not baller, but just like someone
Yeah, of
who of
status.
status, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, like what are you doing? Like, are you even? But that's maturing. I had to learn coming from Hawaii, with island boys, people who uh, care about the little things in life, like laughter and the beach
Yeah.
and food and chilling and driving and coming here where it's like, okay, like, how do they drive?
Yeah.
Like, are they cool? Are they
Yeah.
stable? I'm getting out of that phase now, of just worrying about that. I think sometimes the city life and
Yeah.
being, I wouldn't even say lost in the sauce, but being in the
Nah,
sauce,
yeah,
you
nah,
know?
in a life, in a
In the life,
lifestyle.
you start to
Yeah.
feel like that. And now I'm like, nah, like, that doesn't matter.
It doesn't. And a lot of that shit is fake. Women.
Fake. Fake
Like,
relationships,
so
too.
this is how stupid the whole everything is, right? Girls go after drug dealers, I mean scammers, drug dealers, rappers, people who collect money quicker, right? Seemingly quicker, right? But a nigga who went to trade school, an electrician, a construction worker, bringing in 150, 100K, like people who have a skill, bringing so nigga a truck driver brings in over like 60 to 100K. You know how many damn streams on Spotify one has to get to bring in 100,000? Like 20
Hmm.
million,
That's a great perspective.
25 million, right? One nigga who didn't drop, a nigga who dropped out of high school and went to trade school to be an electrician can bring in $100,000, and I have to get 20 million streams on Spotify.
'Cause
To
you're creative and
yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like how you say it's the media because like if you're really after money and stability and you view money as stability, go after someone who has money and stability. You're going after people who like can't have stability for too long. If they can't have stability, that means they can't have money for too long, right? Because how
mhm.
have you ever seen a like not like there's some people I know some people doing it, but it's very hard to see a scammer doing it 20 years.
Right, right.
It's very hard. It's very hard to see drug dealers doing it 20, 30 years just straight being free. Like so it's like your whole mindset of money fucked up because it's for the now, but like you pretend you're making a long term move and fucking with these niggas when it's really like it's your ego. It's like I could pull whoever I want.
I want to be spoiled.
I
Like,
want
I
to be
want
spoiled.
this, I want that.
Yeah.
And it's like, at the end of the day, like, that dude could get locked up tomorrow.
God, the whole operation shut down. I, the whole operation is shut down within one day. You wake up one day and you living good. The next day you fucking in line for
You know,
chow.
it's real because and then it makes me wonder too, is this, I wouldn't say if this is an LA thing, but is this like a big city thing? Because we can look at places like Hawaii or Ohio or Idaho or
Yeah,
all these other
yeah,
states, and we see people in relationships with people who make them happy.
yeah,
It's not always about the status or the fame. And yeah, they may fantasize about these things,
yeah.
but they, at the end of the day, know like it's not worth it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it could just be a really big city thing.
I agree. I think I was watching a Pharrell interview, and he said he had to move out of LA
Mm.
because LA you have access to too many things.
Mm.
So if you're in Idaho, you may not have access like women here, right? Think because they're here, they can one day have access to Drake,
Mm.
right? But if you're in Idaho, it's a pipe dream, So that's the thing. Like people, like women and men, right? Men think they can have access to Rihanna or the baddest woman in the world, but the problem is we trick ourselves just because the possibility of access. It's like, cause how many girls been? So many of my exes been in Chris Brown's house. So many ex shawty's been in Chris Brown's house. So many everybody. So you think like, oh, just cause you're in the house, right, you're gonna have
It's just
access.
like, it's
Yeah.
just cringe. It
Sick.
cringes me out because it's
Mhm.
just like, we need, as women, we need higher standards. Like it, whew.
Mhm.
Because I don't even care to mention the people I've met.
Yeah.
That's like,
Sure.
that's phony to me. I don't care to even bring that up in this podcast. But it's like, when you, I wouldn't even say when you got it like that, but when you know your worth as a woman, who cares?
Who cares?
I don't care about these celebrities like
Yeah.
that unless they're like my close friend and I really rock with them. But
Yeah.
I don't go out like, oh, there's a possibility I can meet this person.
Yeah.
It's just not a goal of mine. And it doesn't, even if I have met these certain people,
Mhm.
I'm not like, oh, like, it makes
Yeah.
me cool. Guess who
Yeah.
I was hanging out
Yeah.
with? Like,
Mhm.
baby, no.
Words.
birds. We got to do better.
And then the crazy thing is, the thirstier you look around, you look trying to stand next to them or get next to them or get at them,
Whew, I
the
know a
more
few.
they look down on you. So like it's self hate because you trying to hustle, get next to them, and do all this thirsty stuff to get their attention, but now they've dealt with so many girls just like you, so
So many.
they just put you in a bucket like, all right, like, okay, you're another thirsty girl, but
No,
it's like,
there's a girl. Yeah, they might do a little
little
nasty
something,
with you, might
yeah.
hit you, but it's like, baby, like,
Respect yourself.
res- yeah,
You worth more than that.
you worth more than that.
Yeah,
And it's
for sure.
different if you're like, okay, hear me out. For my women, I get it. If you're like, okay, like I'm gonna try this out. Like I'm not gonna let this phase me. I'm gonna do it just to do it, and you
Yes.
don't go around bragging about it or really caring or making it feel like it's like, oh, it ups my self esteem.
Yeah.
That's different.
Mhm.
But it's like a fine line between like
Yeah.
being like, oh, like, did you know
Yeah.
this?
Yeah. Since I've been yelling at people for like a little bit, um, I want her to, I gave my male perspective on how you dudes can get a little bit more cool up. So I would,
Co-op.
feel me? I say coochie sound kind of harsh.
I never
Cool.
heard of that. Coochie?
Coochie.
That's a term?
Yeah, you never heard
Oh,
coochie?
I've never heard of like a coochie, like coochie, the coochie.
Yeah, the coochie.
Oh, so men are coochie.
No. So like women got the coochie.
Oh,
So like when you say like coochie, like your pussy, but like pussy coochie sounds kind of harsh.
okay.
So I say cool op.
Co-op.
You know,
Co-op. I'm gonna start saying that.
you feel
Co-op.
me? You got the cool op. So so I gave my perspective on how to get you some cool op. So I would love for someone with a cool op.
What a co-op to put these men straight and give a little advice from Miss China Kelly over here. So I'd start off by saying yes. LA is a huge city with, like you said, you have access to everything. With that being said, work on your self-esteem, men. And I get it. We all come from toxic parents. We all come from toxic households, and we have our own toxic behaviors and patterns. But what I will say is that it's just it's easier said than done, and I understand that. But when you have access to everything, get the girl you like or get the girl you want or that is in your frame of lifestyle and living. There's no need to and I mean, I know you learned this too, like you've learned this over time, to just like lead girls on or like play games. And I get it. It's like, okay, you're young, you living fast, you trying to get your cake and eat it too, and the pie and the donuts and everything. But at the end of the day, it's like karma is real.
Yes.
Karma is so real. It will follow you. Yeah, maybe not now. You in your 20s, 30s, you living life, you having fun. But who knows that your behaviors now might reach your kids, your daughters, your sons. There's no need to, if you messing with somebody, like if you don't want to be loyal to them, like tell them that. Listen, there's somebody. I truly believe that there's somebody for everybody. If you want like a specific person that is putting up with your specific ways, I'm sure there's people out there for that. But I feel like a lot of men, they lie and they work around that and in between that, and it's like, why? There's somebody for everybody. I'm sure you could find a girl who does not care about the things you do, the lies you make, the girls you sleep with. But with that being said, there's no need to hurt other people in the process. And money money isn't everything. And I know that's so hard because we live in a society where men are like expected to provide and have all this money, and that's a big downfall from the social media, that men have to grow up to feel this way. But like you said, men can go to school and be engineers and doctors, and that's perfectly fine. You don't have to be like a scammer. No diss to them, you get it how you live it. There's people, especially in the melanated communities, where we them don't have the same opportunities that other people do, so they feel as if that's the only route they can take, and I totally respect that. But for the guys who have the other options, look into those. You don't have to go down this path and possibly like get 20 years to life,
Man,
because I feel like a lot of men, regardless of what they say, they want money for women,
for
to
sure.
attract women.
Yeah, for sure.
They want the nice car, the nice jewels, and for what? Yeah, they could be gay, like certain men.
Yeah.
They care about the men. They want to
Mm.
like show off and be cool. But at the end of the day, like, man,
No, I agree. I agree. Like a lot of things, and that's what hurts me is like a lot of things niggas do for women, um, but they don't need to do them.
they don't need to do them
They
because
just
the
don't
right
need.
woman will accept you either way. And
Exactly.
you know,
Exactly. Like you
of
don't.
of course, no woman wants someone who's like quote unquote a bum
Mm-hmm.
and quote unquote doesn't have goals in life.
That's the one. That's. I'm glad you said. That's one of the biggest things. A lot of girls will accept you as long as you're actively working towards your girl goals. Like I've been in situations like I could. I'm an honest nigga, bro. I've driven I remember I had a '07 Ford Taurus with no power steering, right? No mother, like it didn't have a Bluetooth. It was just like just radio only. I remember there was this girl, beautiful girl, she's a model. You feel me? She was on fucking billboards and everybody's like RT music video. I remember the first day I ever picked her up, um,
Oh,
and I picked her up. We drove. Um, we drove a little bit, and she kind of realized like, oh, you listen to the radio? I was like, yeah, nah, my car don't got an aux or Bluetooth. And she was like, oh, could you pull back up to my crib, right? So I'm like, shit, like, oh shit, pull back up to the crib, damn, fuck with the nigga, whatever. Pull back up to her crib, she run inside, she grab a Bluetooth speaker.
see,
She grab a Bluetooth speaker, and she put it. I promise to God, like we can't stand each other now, but I won't play you. Me, I won't play girls even if I don't talk to them.
never,
That's
never.
fucked up. The game's been too good to me. But I remember it was like a movie. She went, grabbed the Bluetooth speaker, put the Bluetooth speaker in my center console, and she was like, "Oh, like we don't need." She was literally like, "We don't need an aux cord. Like my Bluetooth is loud." And every time we messed around for like a year, off and on. We went on dates and off and on and all that for like a year and a half. Every time she always would grab the Bluetooth speaker, put it in an aux. Now, mind you, this girl was on like billboards with Big Sean and all type of shit.
Wow.
Hopping in my fucking car with no power steering to entertain a nigga. Like, that's why I'm like, bro. That's why I say that like girls like have a sense of like it's not. I'm gonna say this the bluntest way I can. Women are the best stock investors. They can see when a nigga has potential.
Yeah, yeah.
And some girls that's all they need. And I've been in so many situations where like one personally, I still live with my family. I help raise my family. I help pay bills. I help do a lot of things. And how many women done came and kicked it and you came, kicked it, and whatever, and like never kicked it, never tripped that I raised my family. So be like, oh shit, like you help your raise you and your little brother is twins. Like you help raise your family. You taking care of your grandma. So it's like okay, like if you ain't got your own place, at least allow a girl to put some stock in you that you could be a family man.
Right, right. And and it goes both ways. I feel like sometimes, very rarely, because I grew up in poverty in Hawaii. I grew up poor. Me and my dad never had a car in our lives. We drove the city bus everywhere my whole entire life. I just got my license last year at 21 years old. I took driving classes in Los Angeles at a South Central like driving school. It was amazing. And sometimes, very rarely, it happens very, very rarely, where I might be like, oh, like, I wonder if he's like, this girl isn't like totally like, you know, rich or whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
that's okay, because that's not me. I'll never be a totally materialistic person. And I feel like I'm doing great for myself at 22 years
For
old.
sure.
I mean, what else can you expect as a young creative in LA? Um, but it's also just being like realistic, and it's okay. Like, it's okay. There's so much pressure on us as people in LA and creatives, especially, to like have the nicest things. And I still go thrifting,
Yeah, for sure.
like, and of course, I want like my dream car one day,
Hmm.
but I don't let that like be my motivational force to get like a guy I want, or like the person I want. Um, and I feel like that's where a lot of people get misconstrued because they chase things for validation or for this. But it's like, no, like I want my dream Cadillac car in a couple months
Hmm.
for myself,
For
because
sure.
Cadillacs run in my family. All the OGs have Cadillacs. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Yeah, yeah.
And I feel like, I'm learning that we all go at our own pace, and that's totally fine. Because I feel like the people I surround myself with, like you, for example, we know what our future's gonna be. It's not a race; it's a freaking marathon, and we do things our own way. And it's okay if you wanna go the fast route and you want that quick money. That's fine. That's up to you. But the rest of us, like, we shouldn't doubt ourselves or feel like we're behind ever, ever, ever.
And to be honest, the idea of being behind, like, what does that mean,
What
right?
does that mean?
Because, like, are we basing ourselves only on our 20s? Are we just pretending there's no other part of life, right?
Right, and I
Like,
feel like that's a big part of media too. Is
yeah,
that it's like they make us
2020,
believe that,
yeah.
oh, you're 24, you're old. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? I talk to so many older people, older women who are like, we have so much
So
time.
much time.
They're like, we have so much people to meet. We have so much more experiences. Like, they're
Places to travel.
like people would tell me like, I'm so excited for you.
Yeah.
Like, you have your whole life ahead of you. Like, 45-year-old women, men, whatever. Like, they're like, like, you got it. So it's like, we got it. And even if we are 45, like, it's never too late to start at something.
And even think about being like 45, 40, all that, right? 40, say, you die at 80. You die at 80 or 90 or whatever, right? If you're 40 and you're starting a new journey, you still have 40 more years of your life to excel. You have 40
Amen.
more years of your life to do something great, right? So it's like, your 20s, and as somebody who, I was a young nigga, man, I was always randomly obsessed about like dying and my goals and all that. Oh my God, I want to die before I reach my goals. And the best thing for me was hitting 25 and learning that, like, oh my God, like, for me, life doesn't start till I'm 30, because that's like, oh, I'm living life now, but I can't say I'm not living life. I've lived a fucking hell of a life, but like, as I get older, I make better decisions.
Right. And I feel as if I kind of want to start now when it comes to a lot of people. They have that mindset like, okay, 20s, like, have fun and do all
Oh
this
yeah.
and do all that. And that's totally fine. But I kind of want to find a balance
Mhm.
to where I'm also living in integrity
For
and
sure.
chasing my goals. And, you know, I realize so much, and I feel like it would be naive of me to just like be like, okay, nah, I got all the time in the world. We do have all the time in the world,
Mhm.
but I feel like if you know your mistakes now and your lessons, why not just
Agreed. Like, the thing about time is, like, you can't treat it. You can't treat time like it's yours, right? You have to, like, there's a this dude, Malcolm Gladwell. He did this lecture, right, and he was like, we as people view time wrong. He was like, when you say like, I don't want to spend 2 hours doing something, right? You think you can save the 2 hours,
that's very true, but
right?
time will naturally pass.
Time will naturally pass,
Naturally pass.
so you have to chew. You have to make sure that, like, you're using your time as best as possible,
Mhm.
because you can't stop it.
You can't
So
stop
you
it.
might as well push towards something you love, your goals, your end goal. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you have to be aware of time, but also you have to understand that you can't stop it, and you have to always utilize it in a way that works works for you specifically,
Yeah.
not other people.
Facts.
You know, because and being in the music industry, I've seen so many people get on at 19
Mhm.
and not be on by 22.
Mm,
You know, and as
mm.
somebody who's 25, you're like, fuck, why am I not on yet? But like, why am
Yes.
I not on yet? Because
Yes.
like maybe if I got on at 19,
Right.
I
Right.
wouldn't. I would be fucking scamming by 25 because
Right.
I can't pay my mortgage. You know, and
Mhm.
that's the thing, the illusion of time. Like we're basing our time off of other people's, not our own journey.
Facts.
You know.
We're basing our times off of like Kylie Jenner, who's a billionaire
Hmm.
in her 20s, and that's amazing. But it's not realistic for the rest of us. And it doesn't mean it's impossible. It's
Hmm.
totally possible.
Yeah.
Chase your dreams. Like, chase that, a business idea that you want. But at the same time, know that, like, you have to be happy wherever you are in life. You have to be. You know, if you have to make like peanut butter jelly sandwiches every day because that's what
Hmm.
you gotta do, you gotta be happy.
Have to be happy.
You just have to be, because that's just, you're wasting your life. You're supposed to be happy in every phase of your life, you know, and very, I wouldn't say comfortable, but just very like calm,
Yeah.
and like, you know where you're
Right.
headed.
So to kind of piggyback off the you have to be happy, if I have one final message that I can leave everyone, is like, be happy for you. You know, live your life according to how you view your life, and don't try. You know, we all let society influence us, but also really picture how you want to live life, how you want to, get the finest things, the finest women, the finest dudes, the finest whatever, and utilize your time on this earth for you.
For you. And if you can try to not hurt anyone in the process, it's
100%.
natural to hurt people unintentionally.
Hmm.
But if you can try not to, uh, not live in integrity, you can live in integrity.
Live in integrity.
You're doing the best you can, and I feel like that's all we're meant to be on Earth. Shout out to Nipsey when he says, "Inspiring is the greatest human act."
100%.
So
Yeah.
inspire, inspire, inspire.
And thank you guys for joining us. This was probably my favorite episode so
Yeah.
far.
Thank
So
you guys so much.
yeah, we'll have some more soon. So tune in.
Soon. Tune in. Bye.